This is why Harvard, by the way, says 90% of the news coverage of the president is negative. Not my words, Harvard's words.
No, that's not what Harvard said. Harvard said 90% of the coverage is negative. They didn't say why. The why is his mouth and his actions. If he didn't lie, if he didn't take things out of context, if he didn't demonize people for being different, if he didn't make it okay to be bigoted, then he would not get the same kind of criticism.
He doesn't lie.
Look at
the
this.
Press
you
lies.
don't look at Fox News and call it state TV, and people aren't going to call you out for being unfair to a media organization.
He doesn't lie. Guess who lies? The press lies. And
you don't
take
think
it from
this
me.
president has ever lied?
Take it from Jim Comey, who literally called out in New York.
You don't think this president has lied to the American people?
No,
you
I
have
don't
to
think
answer
the
that question
president has
first.
lied.
He has never lied to the American people.
No, I don't think the president has lied.
Kayleigh McEnany, your credibility will be shot with my audience if you don't back off that statement.
I think CNN has lied to the American people. I think MSNBC has lied to the American people. I think the fake news has lied to the American people.
Has the president lied to the American people?
Chris,
I'm going to ask you this one more time. Kayleigh McEnany, do you believe this president has ever lied to the American people?
No. I don't believe the president has lied. I believe the fake news media. Do you believe the fake news media
right
has
out of my
lied?
head.
Do you believe the fake news media has
Interview's
lied?
over, Kayleigh. Please, if you can't admit that this president has lied to the American people, you will not have credibility with the audience.
Media lies,
You've got a long way to go, Kayleigh. Look, listen, when a president is telling the American people every day not to believe in a free press, that they're the enemy of the state, and he lies about the allies at G7 saying what we really want to know is why your media hates the country, he is to blame for sowing the seeds of division.
He just did a 40-minute press avail
and he
in
lies
90-degree weather.
So what?
The president gives access, and you lie about everything he says and take him out of context.
I have
and the people are
never
frustrated.
lied about this president in my life. You may not like what I say. That doesn't make it a lie. He lies all the time, and you know it.
Go
and
watch
if you
your
don't
last
own it,
hour,
they won't
taking
listen to
Stephanie
you as well.
Grisham out of context and putting one story with another
show
to
me
try
what
to
I
make
lied about,
it
Kayleigh.
seem as if the president lied and Stephanie lied and it was not true.
You show me lying about this president, and I'll give you a prize. You admit the truth about him, I'll give you 2 prizes. But you're still welcome on the show.
I don't
although
need
you may
any
have,
prizes
you may
from
have
the
hurt
fake
me.
news media.
You may have hurt me tonight in inviting you back, because if you can't admit that he lied, these people are never going to believe you about anything.
I think you should take a look in the mirror,
all right?
Chris.
I do. And I don't like these lines, but I do like that I don't lie to my audience every damn chance I get.
Do you realize how egregious of a lie you have to tell for Chris Cuomo 2 years into the Trump administration to cut an interview short? And that's after we've been introduced to people like Sean Spicer and Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Kellyanne Conway. But that's exactly what Trump's 2020 re-election campaign press secretary Kayleigh McEnany managed to do, suggesting numerous times that Trump has never lied. Like, not once. And this came after Trump has told several lies so egregious that even Fox News is pushing back. Only days ago, Shep Smith countered Trump's claim that miles and miles of new wall are being built, despite the fact that not one single foot of barrier has gone up that isn't simply replacing existing infrastructure.
The president has made border security a mainstay of his message, dating back to the campaign with Build That Wall, and Mexico will pay for it, though that last promise is long gone. So far, despite the president's claims to the contrary, there is no new wall. Existing barriers have been replaced with new ones, same span, not new place. The total of repaired barrier is about 60 miles along that 2,000-mile border, and in some cases with a new wall system, as Customs and Border Protection calls it, new tech and new lighting and that sort of thing, but not in new areas.
And that's a claim that Trump had made a staggering 190 times by the beginning of August, so easily over 200 times by now. And that's not even counting the amount of times that he promised Mexico would pay for it. Trump has claimed that Americans weren't feeling any impact from his trade war with China and that the cost of the tariffs falls onto the Chinese, which isn't true. When the US imposes tariffs on China, the cost of goods being imported is passed on to the American companies, which then pass the increased costs onto consumers. In other words, we're the ones paying more for everything and then being told not to believe what the increased price tags on our goods is telling us. Trump just promised that he'll approve a major middle-income tax cut if the Republicans win in 2020, which might not seem like a lie until you take into account that Trump pledged to introduce a 10% middle-class tax cut just after midterms, and I don't seem to be able to find that tax cut anywhere. Trump claimed that the Mueller report completely and totally exonerated him. The report itself literally says that it does not exonerate the president. Trump has claimed that this is the best economy in American history. It's not even as strong as Bill Clinton's economy just 20 years ago. He said that he passed veterans' choice even though it was passed by Obama. He said millions and millions of people voted illegally in the last presidential election, despite his own voter fraud commission finding no such evidence. This administration called getting disaster relief to Puerto Rico the most logistically challenging event the United States has ever seen. We've literally flown to the moon. And look, we can go on, but the fact is that Trump is objectively the least trustworthy president in American history. According to the Washington Post, he's told over 12,000 lies after 928 days in office. And that was as of August 5th. That information is already obsolete. At the rate he's gone, he'll have told over 300 more lies just by the time that analysis was released. All that McEnany's claim does is prove to people that, just like during his first term, Trump will run his re-election under the same pretenses. If the foundation is built on lies, then his entire presidency will be too. And that reflects horribly on Trump, sure, but that's also a testament to just how little this administration cares about its own supporters, that it would expect them to believe such an absurd claim. Say you've told a few lies, but you're committed to the truth from now on. Say you got ahead of yourself before all the facts came in. But to say outright that Trump has never told a lie, to tell the biggest lie while defending yourself about lying, is so shameless, so obvious, that it's a slap in the face to those they think they're fooling. I don't know about Trump supporters, but I couldn't bring myself to support someone who treats me like I'm brain dead, and especially someone who lies
every damn chance I get.